What's up everyone? In this video I'll be ranking all the passive weapon abilities in Tears of the Kingdom. But what actually is a passive ability? Well, if you go into the description of a weapon that has a passive ability, you can see what it is in the blue font. These abilities range from everything to extra durability, to extra damage when fused, to super sneak strikes. Now let's get into the video. In last place on my list, I have Gloom Toll, found in Gloom weapons. This is the only negative passive ability in the game, because it actually deals damage to the user link, and even though it makes up for this by having extremely strong base weapons, this passive ability is still by far the worst. Next, I have charged attack stamina up for the Soldier Spear, and I'm sorry, but I just could not find this weapon. I've searched everywhere. Here's where the interactive map says I should go, and there, it gives me a Royal Halberd. This is like it for all the locations I have searched, but this just makes it so when you're doing a charged attack, you consume less stamina. Next, I have improved Sneak Strike. This ability is found in the Eightfold Blade and makes Sneak Strikes do a lot more damage. While this might sound good, this is useless because you barely ever use Sneak Strikes because of how hard they are to pull off. Recently, I just made a short of me getting 5 back-to-back Sneak Strikes while monsters are sleeping and I'm crouching, and it still took me 45 minutes to get right. Also, Sneak Strikes already do so much damage that it will usually take out the enemy, so you don't even need it to be improved. Next, I have Quick Charge for the Soldier's Broadsword and Claymore, and this charges the weapon significantly faster, which is good for the Broadsword because it does not do damage while charging, but for the Claymore, I like the charge up attack more than the actual smash. Next on my list, I have Breaking Point, found in the Royal Guard's weapons. This ability makes the weapon do double damage when it's low on durability. This can be very useful because that extra damage might just be enough to take out whoever you're fighting, but it can only be for a couple of hits. Next, I have Demolisher. This ability is found in Goron weapons and gives the weapon the ability to destroy rock walls and ores. This ability can be useful, but you can just fuse a rock to any weapon. Next, I have improved Flurry Rush, found in Royal weapons. This ability makes the weapons do more damage when flurrying, and I was actually going to put this ability higher on my tier list, but then I remembered, how often do I Flurry Rush when not versing Lynels? So yeah. Next, I have the Windraiser ability that is found in the Eightfold Longblade and shoots a beam of wind at enemies. This attack was useful in Breath of the Wild when it was extremely unique, but now it's just okay, because of the addition of fusing things like cannons onto weapons. Next, I have Desperate Strength, found in the Knight's weapons. This ability makes the weapons do double damage when you only have 1 heart remaining. This is good because if you are good at the game, you can purposely have only 1 heart left to double your damage, or you can just carry some fairies on you. Next, I have Strong Fusion. This ability is given to Garuda weapons, and this ability boosts its damage when fused, but takes away some of the fused items' durability that is given to the weapon when it is fused. But this is useful because it increases the damage, but even though it doesn't let you have all the durability, it's worth making the trade-off. Next, I have the ability Zoneite Powered. This ability is for Zoneite weapons. When it is fused with another Zoneite material, it will increase its attack damage, but this ability is good because not only are the Zoneite horns very strong, but some of the Zoneite devices are also very useful to fuse onto weapons, and this ability boosts their damage output. Next, I have the Wind Burst ability. It is given to Rito weapons and is similar to Windraiser ability as it shoots wind, but a different kind. This wind does not do damage, but it will knock enemies down, allowing you to switch to an even stronger weapon or knock them out for good. In third place, I have the ability Water Warrior. This ability is found on Zora weapons and doubles the amount of damage when the weapon is wet. There are a couple ways for this to happen. Either you need to have your feet in the water while attacking, wait for it to rain, or if you have unlocked Sidon, you can create a water bubble around yourself, but the bubble only lasts for 1 hit, but while Link is wet, the damage is still increased. But look at this. Yeah, pretty cool, right? In second place on my list, I have Extra Durable, found in Sturdy Sticks. This gives these weapons extra durability, so it'll take longer for them to break. Now, while that might not sound like the best, you can attach some very strong fuses, and then the weapon is pretty good. And then you can go to the Goron in Terrytown, and for 20 rupees, take off the fused material in perfect condition. So for just 20 rupees and a stick, you can get a pretty solid weapon. In first place on my list, I have an ability that I actually had to learn what it does, but I have to tell you, it is very good. The fuse recycling found on the Korok weapons. This makes some breakable fuse items unable to break when you use them. Now, to save the 1 durability of an Eggcorn, not very good. When you could put a muddle bottle and you got a whole camp of enemies fighting each other, that's pretty good. But as I said, it can only be used on some items. The items that it recycles have to be items that would normally burst, like mushrooms, ice berries, fire fruits, things like that. One last thing to note of why I did not include the Master Sword for Revitalized Sword of Legend is because it does not appear in the definition, and it's the only passive ability that did not change from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. And now about that Windraiser, it used to be on the Wind Cleaver, but now it's on the Eightfold Longblade. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and feel free to comment your favorite passive weapon abilities in the comments. See you later, this is Rockman Ronnie.